Hello, my pouring friends. Yesterday, I made up a huge amount of paint and poured this beauty that's still drying. Hang on, I'll just go and put it down. And I've got quite a bit of paint left over. In fact, I'm just trying to see the size of these cups. They're huge. Like, I used two of these full cups yesterday to cover the canvas, which is not a huge canvas. It's a 20 by 16. But the two cups that were layered like this completely covered the canvas, and I've got this whole 1 cup left over. So today what I'm going to attempt to do is transfer this, you can see the nice cells at the top, into this, and then do a bit of a pour out of the teapot spout. It's certainly for fun. I don't know how it's going to go. I've never done anything like this before, transferring from one object where the paint, or from one container where the paint's already layered and ready to go, into another. I've never done that before, let alone coming out quite a narrow spout. But nonetheless, here we go. What I'm going to do is just, I think I'm going to let the paint slowly come down the side like that. And, or I'm going too fast, or, well, I don't really know. There's probably no right or wrong way. We can see how that paint is forming cells and beautiful patterns into the teacup as we go. And I'm trying not to stir it up too much, or in fact not at all, trying not to mix it any further than what it is doing naturally. And then I'll slowly tilt the teapot to the side to allow it to come out of the spout. And we'll do a bit of a ring pour and just see how it goes. Look at the nice ribbons that we've got. Oh, I can't tilt it. And nice cells coming out. The paint combination is 2 turquoises, some gold, some black, and some umber. All right, here we go. It looks nice coming out of the spout. If nothing else, at least it'll be a nice visual. All right, well, we try and just see how we go. I was going to try and do a ring pour, but now I'm not. I'm doing whatever pour this is called. What is it called again? Is it a ribbon pour? I'm just going to bring it out away from itself. Do you think I need to slow down a little bit? And letting it have the space it wants to stretch so that it can get some cells, if that's what it wants to do. Oh, wow. It's really cool. Wow, what'd you think of that? It certainly was not a failure, that's for sure. Just slow down and let this come around like this, that paint there. And we'll let that sort of keep doing its thing. Wow, look at the inside of this teapot. Do you reckon I should kind of twirl it and swirl it? Ooh, crikey. Look at the teapot. That was cool just to even watch that happen, you know, don't you reckon? Teapot looks beautiful. Okay, let's watch and see what's going on with the canvas. There I go with one of my famous on-camera snips. I'm so embarrassed about that. Well, the cells have spoken for themselves. They've just popped up. I haven't done any tilting or anything. I'll just put my hand down here so you can see for yourself the size of the cells that are naturally coming up without any stretching. We'll get on to stretching this canvas out in a minute. I don't think there's much more that it really wants to do. We'll give it a bit of a torch. I'm surprised the colours have stayed quite separate and haven't muddied up any more than that. I'd be interested to hear what you think about that. I really thought it would be much muddier than what it is, and it's quite a surprise, a gorgeous surprise. Bless you, Granny. I don't know if you heard that sneezing in the background. Hubby's out the back, well, not out the back, he's out in the kitchen cooking dinner. How lucky am I? Oh, this is really beautiful. I'm really astonished at how this has come out and really happy with it. I'm going to try and keep as much paint as I can on the canvas, so I'm not going to be tilting for any of it to roll off the sides. And that's just purely because, well, because that's what I want to do. The white and the black has created quite a nice grey in there. And gee, it's really, it's quite busy. It's something that I wouldn't normally necessarily love. Oh, look, my cardboard that's underneath has just popped out, so I'll have to work out how to get that back in once we've stopped recording. But I put, see that cardboard there that's just fallen away? I put cardboard, I can't show you, I put cardboard in the back of my canvases to stop them from sagging. Okay, what do you reckon, that direction? Good idea. Let's go slow. Oh, Jasmine's doing her famous squeak. If you've watched a few of my YouTubes, you'll know that I say this every video. There goes Jasmine squeaking like a child when their mummy's on the phone, wanting the attention to herself. Now I want to be really careful not to over tilt this. I have a tendency to over tilt when I haven't got the canvas completely covered in paint. It's a really bad habit. I know that I can stop, but I tend to just keep going, and I have to be disciplined and learn to listen to my intuition more. Okay, well, let's stop now and bring that back, because we don't want to lose the shape of our cells too much. We want to keep them round and plump. And the areas that, let's see if I can get this sort of back into the back. Yeah, that'll do for the time being. Click, yep, it's in. Okay, I'll bring, has it gone in? No, it's just popped back out. I'm not going to worry about it too much, even though I'm worrying about it too much. All right, I'm going to try and stop stretching. Oh, why isn't someone here to stop me? Okay. I just want that part over there to balance out a little bit more. Bringing it back down. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pour maybe a little bit of this creamy colour. I might do just some ribbon lines. Oh, maybe I'll do a puddle effect and see what happens. Some cream. This is actually a metallic cream. I'm not going to go over there. And I'm going to put into the center of it a little bit of the golden copper that I made up. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a kind of swipe across each of the corners and see how that goes. It could look really good or really bad. Sometimes things take a while to grow on me. I've become more and more aware of what I like and what shits me, or sorry, what annoys me in my own pouring. Alright, that's 3 colours, that might do it. Maybe I'll just do a drizzle of the, I reckon the brown or the black. Let's do the brown. Oh, that looked like chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding, some more chocolate pudding, and a little bit of chocolate pudding there. Quite generous with all of that. Okay, I need a little bit of paper just to do a gentle swipe to see if what I'm looking for is actually going to happen. I actually don't even know what I'm looking for, so when I say to see what I'm looking for, if it's going to happen, I guess what I really mean is to see if I can create a pattern that's acceptable for the corners. Here we go. Ooh, that wasn't good. Just trying to work out. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Here we go. Swiping. Oh, not much happened. Might just bring some of that colour over the top. No, that's not going to do it. Okay. What if I pull it that way? Now, swiping and wiping, which is always a disastrous thing to do, don't you agree? I'm just having a pause for a minute and thinking about what my other alternatives are. I wonder what would happen if I just blew on it. Yeah, a bit of a straw would be good if I had one right here, which I don't, so I'm going to blow my brains out. I wonder if there's a straw just there in the bin. No, alright, I'm going to come around. Oh, I just realised you can't even see me, so I don't even know why I'm worried. Here we go. I've got to get to the other side over here. Interesting, I've just dragged some of that over. Okay, I'm going to try and... I might just let that drizzle that way a little bit and see if that helps it. There's nothing fundamentally wrong, I'm just being fussy now. I tend to be getting fussier, as I've mentioned a few times. Alright, that looks nice. I don't like that corner over there, so let's just see if we can stretch some more of that to over there. Just seeing how those cell shapes are going. Trying not to... No, I don't like it. Look, over here it's starting to stretch too much, so I'm going to bring that back over. I don't like this cells stretch too much. I like shapes and things, but when the cells stretch too much, I see scary faces and stuff in it, and I don't like that. No, I don't. Right, I'm just going to blow that edge there and soften that. Alright, I think that'll do. I like that little bit of heavier contrast, or it's almost like a little bit of negative space. What if I get this brown umber and just pull that through to break it down a little bit. Yeah, making sure that's covered there. Going around and checking the sides of the canvases now. The canvases, there's only one. So anyway, this finishing off, I'm being rather fussy considering I was prepared to lose all of that paint, don't you think? Like, I fundamentally thought that it would muddy up way too much for it to be even a piece to consider, that I would let it dry off to see how it goes in its completed state, which I do think it's quite nice enough to do that now. All right, there we have it. A cup that was transferred into a teapot and then poured with quite a decent outcome. Nice big voluptuous cells. There's my thumb here. I like to show the size of the cells. A little bit of distortion shaping. Ooh, there's a big scary face there. Some really interesting patterns over here. I like it. Looks like some shells. Some little bit of the swiping had some delicate lacing and cells coming up in that. Alright, so what I might do is come around and pop you off the tripod and show you. Oh, I didn't realise you were so much out of shot. Sorry about that. All you can see is the yucky underneath board. Well, not all you can see. But yeah, come on in. Let's have a look. Can you see the gold in there? The nice shapes. It's very busy, but nonetheless, I think it's still quite okay. We'll see how it goes drying. And I might end up covering part of it to recreate a bit of negative space, but not bad for a paint save. It was quite a lot of paint. Anyway, have fun, my pouring friends. Let me know how you're going.